I run an organ bank where humans' organs like kidney, liver, and other important human organs are kept and sold. I will want you to be supplying 5 kidneys to me every month for 6 whole months to serve as an appreciation for making you who you are. Hannah could hear the voices of the police officers asking her not to move. She has just done the unthinkable, and her career and profession are now on the line. As she buried herself in tears, she kept on imagining how her dreams will end, all for a simple mistake. It happened that Hannah, as a child, always wanted to be a medical doctor. Her parents were not rich enough to sponsor her college education after she graduated from high school. Hannah struggled with her mom to sell in a typical market of Oba just to feed and support their aging father and her younger ones. Years later, some group of medical doctors were sent to her village on a medical program. Hannah volunteered to be an aide in the program. So during one of her working days, Dr. Tua, a young lady in her 40s, divorced with one child, approached her. She asked her why she isn't in school. Hannah narrated her ordeal to her. Dr. Atua promised her to help her in any way she can. So, at the end of the program, Dr. Atua decided to take Hannah with her to the city so she can attend a medical school under scholarship which she already secured for her. It was more like a miracle to the family. Before Hannah left, her parents advised her about the basic principles of life. At the medical school, it was not an easy process. The struggles were real. She managed to graduate and come out with flying colors. She was able to secure a good job. So one morning, while on her way to work, Dr. Tua gave her a shocking phone call. Hannah, I would love to have one-on-one meeting with you. I have a task for you, and you have to make out time as soon as possible. Hannah was scared and immediately scheduled a meeting as soon as possible. During the meeting with Dr. Atua, Dr. Atua said the most shocking thing Hannah could have ever thought of. She said, "Hannah, you know whatever you are today, I made you who you are. And it is time for you to give back to me as much as I have given you." Hannah was confused and couldn't comprehend where Dr. Atua was driving at. Dr. Atua continued, "As I was saying, I run an organ bank where humans' organs like kidney, liver, and other important human organs are kept and sold. I will want you to be supplying 5 kidneys to me every month for 6 whole months to serve as an appreciation for making you who you are." Kwame couldn't believe her ears. Out of shock, she replied Dr. Atua in a shocking way, "God forbid, I can never do such a thing. That act will be putting my career along a danger zone." Dr. Atua laughed and replied her, "And who told you that your career will be on the line? How do you think we doctors make money? My friend, wake up from your slumber and get to work as soon as possible." if you want to really remain in this field. Before Dr. Tua left, she whispered in Hannah's ears and said, "No one will find out. I believe you are smart." Hannah couldn't believe what she just heard. All through the night, she stayed up awake, thinking of what to do. She decided to confront Dr. Tua and make her understand that she will never do such a thing. The next morning, she drove off to Dr. Tua's office. On her arrival, Dr. Tua was having a meeting with some top politicians. So, Hannah had to sit and wait. After the meeting was over, she went straight to air out her mind to Dr. Atua. "I will not do it. Please, do not put me in such a crime." "Crime, you said?" Dr. Atua flamed up. "No one will know. Remember, you have poor aging parents and younger ones to take care of. If you do not get to work as soon as possible, I will expose your secret to the world." Dr. Atua had a strong grip already on Hannah. Months ago, Hannah mistakenly injected a woman's only child a wrong dose, which led to the death of the child. It happened that she was attending to 2 patients, of which the little child was to have a heart transplant. In the process of giving the child painkiller, she mistakenly gave another dose meant for an elderly man, which took the boy's life. She cried bitterly when she found out what she had done, and it was only Dr. Tua that knows of such secrets. Unknown to her, Dr. Tua recorded her confessions, and today she is ready to use it against her. Hannah thought of her family and how losing her career will affect them if this confession ever gets out. So she decided to give into the business. "How am I going to do it?" she asked Dr. Tua. "Do not worry. My boys will put you through." Was led to one of the boys, who told her how she will successfully carry out her assignment. Hannah is not just a medical doctor, but also a surgeon, and she often operates on people, specifically on organs transfer. So any patient that is booked for her surgery always end up losing some internal parts without their knowledge. That was how she carried out her operation. As time goes on, she became an expert and kept up with her supply, while Dr. Tua began to give her a cut in the business. So one fateful day, a young lady by name Grace visited the hospital. She is a young lady in her early 30s, full of life, but down health-wise. She was booked for an operation in Hannah's hospital. While on her first appointment, Hannah's secretary made her to sign an agreement form, which says that no one close to her will be at the theater during the operation. Grace was skeptical at first because she already arranged with her fiancé to be in the room during the surgery. She was skeptical and at first and suspect something fishy. She couldn't relent on her fears. She tried to ask why, but no answers were provided. As she left, she put a call across to her fiancé, John by name, to let him know the surgery agreement terms. At first, John also found it very strange, but had to accept it since it was for good. On the day of the surgery, Grace was taken to the surgery room while John lingered outside. After some minutes, he overheard Hannah from the theater telling Dr. Tua on phone that she will be sending a new kidney over and that she is about to get a free kidney from her client. John could not believe what he just heard. He knows he cannot confront Hannah alone because it could be very dangerous. So he quickly put a call across to his friend who is a police officer, alerting him on what is going on. As Hannah was almost done taking the kidney, the police surrounded her, and it was confirmed that she was into organ trafficking and was arrested immediately. Dr. Tua denied her, but weeks later, she also ran out of luck. She was caught and jailed as well with hard labor, while their business was shut down. His parents heard the shocking news, which her aged father could not comprehend. He died at the spot. It was indeed a tragic moment for the family. Hannah regretted her actions and wished she never started it in the first place.